Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's rekindled romance feels like it's straight out of a movie. The couple reunited almost 2 decades after their breakup. It was almost as if fate brought them back together. In 2022, they were finally able to have the wedding they had hoped for all those years ago.
The wedding was so stressful, and one day Ben just says, "Okay, let's just go to Vegas and get married tonight."
The singer has had her fair share of heartache and breakups, but perhaps her previous relationships didn't work out because Ben had been the one this whole time. Following her reunion with Affleck, some of her famous exes have opened up about what they really think of her. Ojani Noah. Jennifer's acting career had just taken off in 1997 after the release of the film Selena. That same year, she married her first husband, Ojani Noah. Unfortunately, the marriage was short-lived, and the couple divorced just 11 months later.
This is good for me, this is not good for me. You can't accept anything that doesn't feel right to you in your soul.
Following their split, Noah was planning to publish a tell-all book, which was going to reveal all the intimate details of their relationship. Lopez filed a lawsuit against her ex-husband that she won and prevented him from releasing the book and subsequently criticizing, denigrating, casting in a negative light, or otherwise disparaging her reputation. Although Noah's book was never released, he did divulge some details about the relationship in a YouTube video where he said, "The wedding was very crazy. I love the fact that I got married because I was totally in love. I was crazy in love. We were totally in love." Following Jennifer's marriage to Ben Affleck in 2022, Noah shared his reaction to the nuptials. "I wish her and Ben the best, but I'm not convinced it will last." Sean Diddy Combs. Jennifer and Sean first started dating towards the end of 1999 after they met on the set of her music video, If You Had My Love.
When I first met him, I was making my first album, and he gave me a lot of insight into the music business. He had been in the music business a long time, and so he helped me a lot.
The pair attended the 2000 Grammy Awards together, and their romance made international headlines. While they made an iconic couple, unfortunately, things behind closed doors weren't so glamorous. The singer suspected Diddy of being unfaithful during their 2-year relationship, and she felt like she lost herself in the whirlwind of distrust. Looking back on the relationship, Lopez admitted, "It was the first time I was with someone who wasn't faithful. I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts. It really took my whole life in a tailspin. I never caught him, but I just knew."
It was just this whole thing that was happening that I didn't even realize was happening.
The couple broke up at the end of Valentine's Day in 2001. Although they had a rocky relationship, years later, the pair have nothing but respect for one another.
Love is gonna help you get some change, and we're gonna just spread this world with love.
Diddy shared, "I've been blessed to go out with a couple of great women, and she was one of the great ones." Chris Judd. Jennifer met Chris Judd on the set of her music video, Love Don't Cost a Thing, and they fell hard and fast for one another. Just 7 months after her breakup with Diddy, she and Chris tied the knot in September 2001. Unfortunately, after less than a year of marriage, Jennifer filed for divorce. After their breakup, the singer shared that she and Judd didn't have what it takes to make the marriage work. She admitted, "I loved Chris, still love him. He's one of the best people. This wasn't an easy thing to walk away from," adding that the last thing she ever wanted to do was hurt him. In 2014, Judd explained that it was difficult being married to Jennifer because of her celebrity status. The lack of privacy around the relationship and the constant media storm were overwhelming and took a toll on their marriage. He admitted that he didn't feel like a normal person anymore and even described their wedding as a circus because so many people had been trying to sneak into the ceremony. He also commented on Lopez's history of breakups, saying, "I can't give you the answer as to why her relationships don't work," adding, "When you sign up to get married, you can't just walk away."
Gosh, I just wish her the best.
Ben Affleck. Jennifer fell head over heels for Ben Affleck on the set of Geely in 2002.
I'm sorry. Do we know each other?
While the film may have been a box office flop, it's what brought these two lovebirds together. Soon the couple was dubbed Benifer, and the tabloids couldn't get enough of them. They announced their engagement at the end of 2002 and planned to get married in September of the following year. The couple postponed the wedding for a few months, hoping that the media storm would eventually die down, but unfortunately, that never happened. Jennifer and Ben broke up at the beginning of 2004. Following their split, Jennifer opened up in an interview saying, "I think different times, different thing. Who knows what could have happened?" But there was a genuine love there. Years later, Affleck admitted, "I would say media attention was about 50% of what destroyed our relationship." He added that he and Jennifer had become overwhelmed by the opinions that everyone had about them, and the pressure of public opinion became too much. Lopez admitted that her breakup with Affleck was her first big heartbreak.
It was so painful after
Because it didn't work
we
out.
broke up. It was the biggest heartbreak of my life.
Ben went on to marry Jennifer Garner in 2005. They welcomed 3 children together before officially divorcing in 2018. Mark Anthony. Lopez didn't waste any time crying over Ben after they broke up. The singer quickly moved on to date Mark Anthony, whom she'd already known from the time they recorded No Me Ames together back in the 90s. The couple got married in June 2004, just 5 months after her split from Ben and a week after Mark finalized his divorce from his first wife, Dayanara Torres. For a while, it seemed as though Jennifer finally had her happy ending. The couple welcomed twins, Emmy and Max, in 2008 and were overjoyed about becoming parents. However, in 2011, they announced that they would be getting a divorce, and their 7-year marriage came to an end.
Because this was the fairy tale marriage, right? This was the one.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I had waited so long to have kids.
Talking about the reason for their divorce, Anthony said, "I'll tell you that it wasn't something sensationalistic happening. It was a realization on both our parts. So, it wasn't shocking. These things happen. It was a decision that we made jointly." Thankfully, the pair amicably parted ways and were committed to co-parenting their children and being supportive of one another. In 2017, the former couple collaborated on a Spanish album, Por Primera Vez. Jennifer later said that working with Mark again had repaired certain parts of their friendship that had been fractured from their marriage and subsequent divorce. In a 2021 interview, Mark shared that he has changed since their divorce, and he learned so much from her about what it meant to be a committed and hardworking partner. Mark just wants Jennifer to be happy and fulfilled. Following her reunion with Affleck in 2021, Anthony has shared that as long as Ben keeps her and the kids happy, he gets the stamp of approval. Casper Smart. Casper came into Jennifer's life when he started working for her as a backup dancer. It wasn't long after her second divorce that a romance blossomed between the pair. Casper was just 24 years old when he started dating Jennifer, who was 42 at the time. Despite their 18-year age gap, the couple seemed to make things work.
I'm not feeling any pressure. Yeah. No. It's just we're happy where we are.
Smart shared, but in the moment, everything just clicked. We spent every day together for a year. They were together for around 5 years and had their fair share of ups and downs before officially calling it quits in 2016. Smart later blamed their large age gap for the breakup, admitting he was young and selfish. He explained, "I thought I was ready for a relationship with a woman with kids and everything. Thankfully, there was never any bad blood between them after their split." In 2017, Casper said, "Jennifer is like phenomenal. Phenomenal. Even though people had a lot to say about Jennifer dating someone who was so much younger than her, she wasn't fazed by any of their opinions.
But, things happen and they happen naturally. That's the best thing.
She explained that, to her, age is just a number. The singer shared, "If they're older, they're older. If they're younger, they're younger. It doesn't matter. It's whether or not I'm attracted to them or not, attracted to their spirit, their soul, whatever their energy is." Alex Rodriguez. Former New York Yankee player Alex Rodriguez and Lopez first crossed paths back in 2005. Over 15 years later, the pair reconnected and started dating.
I mean, even just your nicknames, A-Rod and J-Lo, it's like you were meant to be together.
Looking back on the day he was reunited with Jennifer, Alex shared, "I described it as the luckiest day of my life." In 2019, things got serious when Rodriguez asked Lopez to marry him while they were on a holiday in the Bahamas. The couple was well on their way to making wedding plans, but unfortunately, the international pandemic forced them to put their nuptials on hold. At the beginning of 2021, rumors started to spread that Alex had allegedly cheated on Jennifer. In April of that year, the pair announced that they'd parted ways. The former couple said in a joint statement, "We have realized we are better as friends and look forward to remaining so."
Some people try to like dull you down or like squish you down, and he's so not like that, and it's just so refreshing.
Just 3 months later, Lopez confirmed on Instagram she'd gotten back together with Ben Affleck. Following their breakup, Rodriguez said, "I had 5 years of an incredible life and partnership. We learned so much, and now we have the opportunity to take that and move forward and say, you know what? We're so grateful for the last 5 years. How do we make the next 5 years better because of lessons learned?" In 2022, Alex described Lopez as the hardest worker and the greatest performer in the world today, adding, "I wish her and the children, who are smart and beautiful and wonderful, I wish them the very best." Bennifer reunited. Over almost 20 years after their breakup, fate stepped in and reunited Bennifer at the beginning of 2021. They went right back to where they left things off in 2004 and got engaged for the second time.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was more surprised than us.
The singer shared, "You never could imagine something like that could happen. It's a beautiful thing." Jennifer and Ben finally got to have their dream wedding in 2022. They celebrated their nuptials in a Las Vegas-style ceremony in Nevada. After their special day, Lopez gushed, "We did it. Love is beautiful, love is kind, and it turns out love is patient, 20 years patient." She described their wedding as exactly what we wanted. Jennifer may have had many romances in her life, but hearing what all her exes have shared about their relationships shows how much respect and admiration they have for her. They all seem to have learned a lot during their time with the singer. Sometimes the right person can come into your life, but the timing just isn't right. Thankfully, Jennifer and Ben found their way back to one another, and this time, the timing couldn't have been better.